Here.
Okay, I'll go by here. You're used to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, come sit here.
Not that close.
I'm like, come sit here.
There sure was a lot of indicators there would be a big bump pretty much down.
Please,
You just didn't know if it was going to go.
we'll talk about it because it kind of, I went ahead and I did a review for it. They posted something about what my TA, and I had to review it, redo it the last minute because I knew it was going to change, but I wasn't sure. Okay, so is everybody ready to get started? Yeah. Okay, I am Crypto Indio. I host these fun meetups about trading and stuff, but I would like to, oh shoot, my mic. Okay, so I'd like to let Stacy come up and talk about what Cryptospace is, and thank her and Ernesto for letting me host here and being able to teach and educate. It's really fun and, you know, talk about different things, so go ahead.
Hi guys, welcome. I'm Stacy. I am one of the partners at Cryptospace, and this is the other one, Ernesto here. So a lot of people think, oh, what is this place? So in a nutshell, we're a brick and mortar crypto exchange. So you can buy and sell Bitcoin and altcoins here, instant transactions. So as soon as you bring in cash, you can walk out with your crypto. Of course, anything larger needs to be a wire, but it makes it easier for people to do in-person transactions. So that's one part of it, and then the other part of it, what we do here is have a place for Meetup. So we're partnered with Bitcoin Cash just to have a place for us to all get together, nerd out, learn from each other. It's such a, well, I guess not new space, but just such a fast-growing space that, you know, a lot of times we get obsessed and it just moves so fast. It's nice to have a place to collaborate and meet with other crypto people and learn. So everyone that's already in the space, it's really important that we help push adoption, because if somebody comes into the space not really knowing much about it, the chance of them having a bad experience is kind of high. So that's the next part of what we do here. It's like a crypto support desk. People can come in, not really knowing much, and by the time they walk out, they can know how to use a digital wallet, know when they need to have a ledger, get all their security set up, have their crypto, and have access to workshops to learn how to do other fun things like trade with Wendy O.
Yes, okay.
So in a nutshell, that's what we do here. And then we also have some workspace for crypto businesses. So a few different businesses work from upstairs.
Oh yeah.
All kinds of coins. You'll be able to pay your bills, you'll be able to pay your rent, get gift cards, everything. It's going to be like a full turnkey little business in there. And you can buy currently Bitcoin, Cash, Litecoin, Dash, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and too many others. And the rate's only 5% and a lot of places are like 20-30%, but keep them up.
10 more of them coming out
We have
of the
10
area
more
next
machines
month.
coming out. We're going to have all over Los Angeles. Really to be able to arbitrage dollars and crypto depending on how much is in there. So it's pretty fun. You guys should check it out.
Right. Okay. So a little bit about myself. I started trading, and I first invested in Bitcoin or in crypto in November 2017. I got really excited about it. I loved it. I fell in love with it. And then I started buying the top of a lot of stuff, and I started getting wrecked like really, really, really bad. And I was like, screw this. I'm not going to lose money like this anymore. So I started reading and watching YouTube videos, and I taught myself how to trade. And then from there, I just started posting my content online. People liked it. And I had fun doing it because it was something that I caught on to really well. So that's who I am. That's how I got here. I want to share with you guys 2 books that I ordered on eBay. I literally paid $20 for them used, and they helped me a lot with stuff. I know a lot of people like digital stuff, like videos and stuff, but I like to have hard copies. So this one is the Candlestick Charting for Dummies. This one is really helpful because it has like pictures and it has explanations and stuff. So if you're ever like in a jam and you're like in the middle of trading, or you want to do a setup or something, you can always flip into here and say, okay, hey, this is like a bear engulfing candle or whatever the heck it is. Candlestick charting is not my specialty. I'm still learning about it. There's some patterns that I know how to do, but this is a really good, like a Bible to have. The next one is a technical analysis, complete idiot's guide. This one I learned a lot in this. I learned about Bollinger Bands in this, support and resistance, trend lines, all that kind of stuff. And me, again, I like to have hard copies of things. So these are like my 2 favorite books ever. Some other materials that I have. Can you hand me those papers? So a buddy of mine, Real Shill Gates, and myself, we came up with the support and resistance chart. So basically, it's gonna, if everybody wants to take one and bring it home, if you don't know what support and resistance are, they're like the most important part of trading because price always reacts really, really well to support and resistance. So this is something that I really like to hit hard on about this topic. Another worksheet that I have is, it's a cheat sheet made by Decrypt.io. He's on Twitter. He's a really awesome trader. He created this worksheet. It has RSI. It talks about RSI. It talks about patterns, bearish and bullish, Fibonacci's, divergences, different acronyms, and then just like his different trading strategy that he uses. So this is also a really good a tool to have. So I made copies. So if you guys are more than welcome to take some, bring them home, follow him on Twitter. He's a really cool guy, a good trader. So let me go ahead and put those there. So I like to generally start the meeting and just ask everybody what they know about trading to get started. I know Zach is like a pro at fib levels.
I enjoy technical analysis more than fundamental analysis, and I can never let go of fundamental analysis being news because crypto is a rather volatile industry, but it's beautiful too because if you can kind of get inside of the head of the market as in what people are thinking, you can use technical analysis as your final decision making tool, not get emotional about the news that makes you emotional.
Exactly.
So this is like the final stage where I think without this, you're sort of at the mercy of that.
So
Been trading like a year.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. So who's like a super beginner here? If you guys want to raise your hand. So you know nothing about trading? Just a little bit? You know about support and resistance lines, you said. Okay, cool. And you got that sheet now, so you can be like, no, this is this. And then you gentlemen back there?
So I would kind of consider myself more an investor.
Okay.
From that standpoint. So I started in 2017, mid-2017, and yeah, I mean, I got really into it. Like I understood the concept.
You fell down the rabbit hole really fast?
Yeah, and same thing with you. I like kind of piggyback on what you said. Like watching YouTube, I think that's a lot of good information too. Like you can filter what's good and what's not.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, I love that. I really like the concept of it. So, and ever since I just paid more attention to it, but not more on a daily trade basis.
Okay.
It's more, but I like to look at analysis and all that stuff.
Different methods and stuff, yeah. And then
On my side, I started the same time as you. November 2017.
okay.
So it's been rough so far.
Yes, yes.
Since then, I was like, putting money in it, and I was starting with Twitter. That's how I found you. And
Yeah.
This is basically my idea.
Yeah.
All day long on it. And then I learned like the patterns, and then fib, and then resistance, breakout strategy, momentum strategy, all that stuff.
Fine.
So I was saying myself, okay, I put a lot of money inside the investment, like Eric, and now I'm interested in actually trade it.
Okay.
So that's why when we saw that, I was like,
Okay, cool.
yeah, and stuff. So I already learned a couple, like from YouTube, from an online course that I got.
Cool.
From a guy that's like doing that like every day, and it's his job.
Yeah, yeah.
He lives off that. And so learn a lot, and now it's just a matter of like,
Yeah, do you just want to, yeah.
actually go through the
Awesome.
process of starting trading.
Cool. And then you, sir, did you want to?
I guess for me, I would be the same as him. I'm an investor. I guess what I look more for is the potential, long-term potential as far as like the team behind whatever crypto I back.
So more FA and you're like a hodler.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just about use case and the team.
Okay, cool. So the reason why I like trading so much and I like the technical side is because the FA is very important, is extremely and equally important. But the reason why I like TA so much is because it kind of gives you like to me, I like to save money, and if I can buy the bottom, or if I can buy like the dip on something, if I can get something for like 30 cents cheaper, or a dollar, even a penny cheaper, or a couple sats cheaper, I want to do that. So that's the reason why I like TA, is because if I'm going to buy something, even if it's going to, I mean, obviously it sucks if it continues to go down, but I would rather get in on those red candles and chase those red candles than opposed to just to market buying something. So that's one of the reasons why I like TA so much. And I really like the technical part about it. I like the math aspect of it because a lot of it is really math based, and I really enjoy math. I'm not that good at it, but I enjoy it and it's challenging. So that's how I feel about it. So I like this meetup. I like to keep it open. Don't want to sit up here and just teach because that's not fun. And there's a lot of things that I'm still learning. So if we're talking about something and you have a question, or you want to butt in, or you want to say whatever, or you want to teach me something, I want you to. I want to keep it open. I want to have open conversation. I want us all to learn and stuff together. So I guess the first thing I want to talk about is, do you guys have any coin requests? Do you guys want to see how I find my setups? How, when I'm looking at something, what the first thing I do?
Sure.
Okay, so the first thing I do, somebody give me a coin. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, go ahead.
Oh, no,
Okay. Okay, somebody give me a coin that they're interested in.
Turks.
Which one?
Turks.
Okay. So let's go to, so do you guys know about, everybody uses CoinMarketCap here, or knows what it is? Everybody? Okay. So let's go to CoinMarketCap and let's check out. Yes, well, yeah, please. But
What's up?
Wake up, grab a phone.
Of course, it's like you wake up, you open it.
I check my blockfolio and I'm like, oh my God, and I turn back over and I go to sleep.
Yeah, pretty much.
I started a little bit before, so I did do experience stuff.
I did too. Same as
So they were here. They were here, and then they were here, and they saw this, and I was here buying this right here. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is I like to go to CoinMarketCap, and I like to see like the overall market and kind of check where the coin is. And to be honest, the TRX chart looks really good right now. It looks really tasty. It's not at complete bottom yet, but because this would be complete bottom over here, but it is at a pretty good buying area. So that's
It seems like it's at the same spot as when you promised.
right.
Right here.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people do. I've noticed a lot of people, they're getting charts from 2014 and they're comparing it to now because they're so similar. But then there's another scenario where people are like, oh, well, halving's coming up, so maybe things are going to start pumping during halving or whatever. So right now I'm just kind of, I don't know. I go to CoinMarketCap first and I check out a coin, because if I see something that's like up here, I'm not going to buy that. I'm going to set my buy orders like all the way down here, and I'm going to be patient and I'm going to wait. So that's the first thing I do, is I go to CoinMarketCap and I look. And then do you guys know about where is it? Do you guys know about the tools that CoinMarketCap has? Does everybody know? I'll just do them. I'll go over them really quick.
Oh, yeah.
Down in here, so CoinMarketCap, you can go to historical snapshots, and you can kind of go anytime, like let's say 2013, and let's go to 2011. You can see, what's really cool, you can see what the top 20 coins are, which the top 20 coins in 2013, they're like, most of them are no longer there anymore. So that's one cool tool. You can go to currency converter, and you can convert your BTC to USD and see how much it is. Like, let's say, okay, I only have $400 to invest today, and I want to, I'm going to stack my buys from the bottom of fib to the top of fib, and figure out how much you want to do. You can see, okay, I want to do 100 at each level. You can go here and you can convert it to see how much.
Would you say that's like super accurate?
This one?
As far as CoinMarketCap?
Yeah, I mean, because it has all of the coin prices and stuff. So yeah, CoinMarketCap's cool. I use Google too, which whatever I do, I don't care. So.
when you buy your coins, you go Coinbase?
Do I what?
Coinbase so far? Or
I actually prefer Gemini Exchange.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer, because I don't like to market buy. I will buy like the blood. I will buy the very bottom if I can. So I'll set like stupid low orders, and I'll set a couple of them, not just one, and then I'll just wait for it to hit and see. Like my mentor, the best advice he's told me, like best advice from him ever is that in crypto, do not, if you don't get dumped on, don't worry about it. There's going to be other buses that come. So just be patient, stack your buys,
That's true.
and just wait. Because this is the thing, is like you're gonna, like especially with this market right now, we're like, okay, well Bitcoin's gonna start pumping, it's gonna start doing better, but now we're not, and now we keep, like there's so many charts that I look at that I was like, okay, I draw these little support and resistance support boxes in this case, and I'm like, okay, price is not gonna go below this is the bottom, but now because the market is so volatile and it's kind of scary a little bit, price is dropping below those. So sometimes if you want to set that order at the bottom of that support box, a lot of times it can, in this case, in this market, it can't hit. Because we're seeing a lot of coins drop below historical support. And I'll draw, does everyone know what a support box is? Yeah? Okay. I'll show you how to draw those. They're really cool tools. They're one of my favorite. Support and resistance, their price reacts super well to those. And I can talk a little bit about the the technical stuff behind it, and like the supply and demand and whatever.
You look at 5-minute charts, 7-minute charts?
You know what? The 5-minute charts are more for people that are scalping, that do like 1 to 5%. I'm more of a swing trader. I like to try and swing for like 20% and above in my setups. Right now, the market is really, really rough. So if you're making 5%, you're doing really good right now, or even 10%. But it's pretty rough. But I mean, generally the 1 minute, 3 minute, I think there's a 3 minute, 5 minute, and even like 10 minute and 30 minute. Those are generally for people that are scalping, that are just trying to get those quick percentages and keep flipping and flipping and flipping their stack.
So if you were to set to make 1% every day, how hard is that?
How hard?
Yeah.
It really depends. You have to have a special personality type for it. And me personally, I like to find a really good setup. I like to enter and then set my exit. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'll talk about it now since we're on it. So the way that I trade and the way that I read and I learned was that when you want to enter into a setup or into a trade, you find your coin, you chart your coin, you put all your indicators on, you write your entry and you write your exit, and you write why. You have to make sure, they say that you need to have 3 indicators that lined up. Like if you're using Bollinger Band or Ichimoku Cloud or whatever you're using, everything needs to line up. So you need to have your pinch on your Bollinger Band, or you need to be at a certain support or resistance line, RSI needs to match, MACD needs to match, all these things need to match before you enter. And then you should always have a journal, write it down, and then like once you enter, and then kind of watch your trade. You don't have to watch it like every 5 minutes or whatever, but just have an idea. And then if the trade if you're not able to execute it or it doesn't work out right, you have all your notes down so you can see, okay, well, this happened, so maybe I wasn't thinking correctly about this, or this happened. So, and it's good to have it so you can always go back and you can review what you did wrong so you can improve on the next trade. So that's something that I always do. Of course, mine is like chicken scratch, and it's like I'm the only person that could read it, but it is something I do, and I date it and everything, so I can go back and be like, oh shit, I remember this trade, this like sucked, I lost money here, or I'm still a bag holder for this trade. So that's something that is really important that a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people do it, but I do it. So I have a journal. Any questions about anything I just said? Yes?
Yeah, when you look at the chart,
Uh-huh.
do you use the US dollar space or use Bitcoin?
I look at everything in Satoshis and Sats. So that's what I value it in. I don't look at it in USD, and the reason why I use, where is it? I use the currency converter on CoinMarketCap, and I convert my USD. You can even flip it, your USD. Like let's say I want to invest $100 of USD. So that would be that much in Bitcoin. But when I'm buying, it's always in Bitcoin. I don't do Ethereum, or I don't do Litecoin pairs. You can, and there's other strategies as to why you do that, but I always trade in Bitcoin. So I always look in the Bitcoin value too, and I feel like because the market is so volatile, it's just a little bit easier for me. So that's what I do. So I'm gonna go back to Tron. I use Coinigy for a lot of my stuff. I really like their platform. I like that you can find almost any single coin on there, all the shit coins they have, which is really cool. So that's one of the platforms I use. I do TradingView for Bitcoin, because I have so many lines and stuff on there because I'm constantly charting Bitcoin. But I use Coinigy for all my coin requests that I take from for all my educational stuff, and then if I want to enter into something. So.
Are you using all the alerts on Coinigy?
Say that again?
The alerts. Are you using
alerts?
The alerts?
What is one?
Alerts.
Alerts on Coinigy?
Do you use them?
You
Are
can.
Are they good or?
Yeah.
They're pretty reliable?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can trade on Coinigy too, which is
Yeah,
really
I
cool.
know you can just put your own.
Yeah, so I think it's cool. I like their platform. I know they're going to be doing bigger things. They're going to be making a lot more changes and having it more user friendly and whatnot. So I'm with it. I think they're awesome.
Doing this, do you stick to the more like high market cap stuff, like the top 100, or it doesn't matter?
So me, I like to live dangerously. I buy a lot of shit coins. Like I buy a lot of low caps.
You go to 150.
No, I go farther. Like I like all the low cap gems. Like,
You probably like Telcoin.
huh?
Yeah.
I think I have some. I think I'm a bag holder from December. But and this is. I'm like this is not a shill, guys. But my two favorite coins that I love that are they're underdog coins. They're undervalued. I love Elix and I love DNR, and that's not a shill. So don't think I'm shilling because they're not paying me anything. Okay, guys. But those are my coins. I like those. They're low caps. They have solid teams behind them. But yeah, so I still do the fundamental stuff, but I don't do a whole lot of top 20 stuff. I do have hold ADA Cardano, so I have some of that. I don't know if that's top 20 still. Is it? I'm like,
Yeah.
is it? Yeah. Is it? I don't know. Whatever. I have like a moon bag of Ripple. I have a moon bag of XLM. Some moon bags and stuff. Oh, do you guys do moon bags at all?
No.
No? Does anybody know what a moon bag is?
No, but I know.
Okay. So a moon bag is when you do a trade and you make enough profit on it, you keep 10% of your bag. And the reason why you do this in crypto, and you never sell your whole stack, is because because sometimes things end up pumping later, and you're able to make a lot of money on it, depending. So I always keep, I keep like a 10% of my bag. I used to have this whole Excel spreadsheet and do all this crazy stuff and be like, okay, well I'm gonna do this and this, but it became too much work, and the market is not what it was in December. So, but yeah, moon bags are really important, and yeah, I think they're important because a lot of times too, things rebrand and you don't know if they're gonna rebrand, and sometimes if they rebrand, you can have something that shoots up, and you can even set an alert in your phone, and you might have like $1,000 just chilling one day. So as far as we're going to Tron, and we'll do on Binance. And of course my thing is not loading. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I like to zoom out as far as I can on coins and kind of see where they're at. And what I'll do is I will find literally where bottom is, and I will always put a support line there just so that I can kind of see where we are. Why is this not working? So I'll put a support line there just to see how far I am from the actual bottom. And then I will put another one at the next big support. And then the next support. Just so I kind of get an idea of what's going on. Let me make this bigger. Oops. No, I don't want to buy. Oh, here we go. Okay. And then what kind of indicators do you guys like to use?
You can use that RSI.
Okay.
And like
Okay. Does anybody like Bollinger Bands? Yeah? Do Stacy likes it? Do you guys know what Bollinger Bands are? No? Okay. So Bollinger Bands, they measure volatility. The top line is the MA line. This is the MA line. This is the middle is the MA line, and this is an MA line. They call them Bollinger Band clouds. So because it measures volatility, if you get a big enough pinch on here, you're gonna get a reversal. So you go, it goes up and pinches, and then it's gonna drop down pretty volatilely, and then it'll pop. If it pinches again enough, it'll pop back up. But the really cool thing about these is these kind of dictate your targets of where price may end up. And another really cool thing about the Bollinger Band is that this MA line could act as support and resistance for you, so you don't even have to draw anything. So right now we see that the MA line in this area here has acted as support here, or excuse me, as resistance here, because price will not break up above it. And then we can see, let's go back over to this area. We can see that this has acted as resistance here, and we actually broke through it and we dumped through it. So when that happens, if you get a dump through resistance, then you kind of know that you're in trouble a little bit. So that's why I like the Bollinger Band so well. I know that there's another big long explanation about them, and I know that's, what is it, Zach, like 20 standard deviations of something?
Each line above and below the middle line is 2 standard deviations
Okay.
away from a 20-day
That's what it was.
moving average.
Okay.
That is that center line.
Right.
But it's 2 standard deviations, so that captures, when you do Fibonacci, the numbers that are between 0.386 and 0.618. So it's kind of the same 2 lines,
Right.
but it's now in the Bollinger Band land.
Right. So I don't know. I use those. I used to use Ichimoku Cloud, but I prefer Bollinger Band. And you can even, I don't use any special settings on them. And one of my friends, Honestly Crypto, the Crypto Prophet, he doesn't use, I don't think he uses any specialty settings too. He's somebody I like to bounce ideas off and ask questions with because he's a really good trader. Yes?
I'm sorry, I missed it. What can you spell the
Bollinger Bands? It's John Bollinger, don't kill me. Bollinger. GER.
Bollinger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like everybody understands.
Yeah, no, it's okay. But yeah, they're really cool. And then, but yeah, so I have my support, and then I do also use, I don't use the regular, does anybody use the regular RSI or the stochastic? Which one do you guys prefer? The regular one?
Yeah.
So I don't use that one. I use the I use the stochastic, and the reason why I use the stochastic is because there's two the 2 lines. I think they're the K and the R percent lines. I could be wrong. I have it written down. I probably should be reading my notes, but I'm not. But what's really cool about them is you can actually see when if there's a cross, like this right here. Normally people call them. This would be a sell signal when you should sell. So it suggests when you should sell. I call it a bear signal because to me that means that price is going to start going down and it's going to could get a little gnarly. So that's why I like the stochastic opposed to the regular RSI. You still have your overbought and your oversold levels here, so you can still tell when it's doing that. But this to me is a little bit. The stochastic RSI is a lot clearer.
Zoom out a little bit, it looks like a kindergartner drew a bunch of W's.
That's true. Yeah, that is totally true. Or, well, they say that there's, I think it's the OBV, that if you get a W, it's bearish, and then
M is bearish and W is
yeah. So that's another thing too, is you can actually use your indicators, your MACD, and your, see, it's a team effort. You can actually use these indicators as, you can find divergences and patterns in them, and people use that. And you can also use support and resistance in these too, because for example, where is it? I was talking to one of my buddies about this. I believe it was for Bitcoin. We were looking at the Stoch RSI, and we were saying if it broke or if it had to break above this point for it to become bullish. So you can use those as well when you're doing these. I'm still working on learning my my divergences, so there's that. And then also the MACD is another tool. Anybody else uses MACD?
well,
No?
tried.
You tried it?